Taiwan's biggest annual defense drill, the Han Kuang Exercise, has begun. Experts unpack what's different about 2026. The cooking oil scandal heats up as lawmakers allege a cover-up at state-owned Taisugar. Collectors lose millions as a trading card store owner disappears overnight with clients' merchandise.
认识周遭的都是10几到50、60万不等。
Plus, rough seas, extreme cold, and toxic jellyfish. TaiwanPlus speaks to Taiwan's first swimmer to complete one of the world's toughest routes. A warm welcome to TaiwanPlus News. I'm Tiffany Wong. The annual Han Kuang Exercise kicked off all across Taiwan on Wednesday. Our reporter Larry Ciano was in Taipei to see how reservists are being mobilized for these large-scale military drills.
This Taipei school has been turned into a temporary training camp where reservists are mobilizing for the annual Han Kuang exercises. These exercises are there to ensure that everyone, from full-time troops to backup civilians, are ready for if Taiwan is one day attacked. Today, reservists are drilling maneuvers, infantry tactics, and getting used to their weapons. Commanders praise how they quickly got up to speed and how senior leaders passed along knowledge. This is only the first day of the drills, with leaders stressing there's much more to come. This exercise was just one of many taking place across the country. The Navy carried out drills simulating a maritime attack, troops held live-fire exercises on beaches, units deployed barriers to block enemy movement, and aircraft carried out transport drills with a focus on rapid mobility.
我想，这个整个都是透过一个实战化的一个训练的方式，采这个有想定无剧本，那不断的以这个临机的方式，连续状况下达来验测这个指挥官的这个判断、决策以及命令的下达。那我想，训练是整个战力的一个根本。
In the background of all this training, China is continuing its gray zone pressure tactics against Taiwan. Between Tuesday and Wednesday morning, the Defense Ministry tracked 21 sorties of Chinese military aircraft, along with 14 vessels operating around the country. This is only day one of over a week of drills. We'll be keeping a close eye on how reservists and units just like this one continue to perform as the exercises continue. Patrick Chen and Larry Ciano for TaiwanPlus.
To learn more about this year's Han Kuang Exercise and what it means for Taiwan's defense readiness, Alan Liu spoke with Tony Hu, a former Pentagon official who has closely observed the exercise over the years.
This year's Han Kuang Exercise expands its urban resilience drills and for the first time include a simulated internet disruption. What does this say about Taiwan's evolving defense strategies?
I think this is a part of being realistic. Because in PRC's attack plan, there definitely will include disruption of Taiwan's internet service, along with, of course, electricity, water, and possibly fuel. So to include this in the exercise actually is a good thing that people should think about. Of course, it's so important for people to also realize these other shortages might happen.
The number of reservists taking part will increase from around 3,000 last year to as many as 5,000 this year. What capabilities is the military trying to test?
They want to test its reserve call-out plan to make sure they can identify if there's any areas they need to improve, any shortfalls. And also, my understanding is they will also undergo weapons training, including live fire exercises. And more importantly, I believe, is they will gain terrain familiarization of the area they're supposed to defend. Because they need to know the layout, the town, the streets, where the hills are, what the good defense positions are, and where they can set up kill zones against the enemy if the enemy get close.
Defense Minister Wellington Koo said in a recent interview that the U.S. Pacific Command continues to support improvement to Taiwan's defense capabilities. So based on your understanding, what role has the U.S. played in supporting or shaping this year's Han Kuang exercise?
Every year, U.S. PACOM sends an observation team to help Taiwan improve. And based on my own experience through those 12 years, every year I see improvement because whatever that's in the after action review as far as listed as improved, the chief of general staff will assign somebody to be in charge of getting that fixed. So the following year's exercise usually will go through that task again to see if there's any improvement. If there's improvement, then we'll focus on other area. So U.S. PACOM's desire to making sure Taiwan have a very strong self-defense capability, it depends on Taiwan's constant improvement.
That was Tony Hu, a former Pentagon official. Taiwanese people traveling to China should be more careful when Beijing's new immigration rules take effect next month. That's according to the Mainland Affairs Council, which manages Taipei's relations with Beijing.
禁止你出境就禁止你出境，没有法定的要件，没有清楚的法律规范。
China is implementing new rules that can bar its citizens from leaving the country if they're deemed a threat to national or technological security. And people who commit illegal acts overseas may be forbidden from exiting China for 6 months to 3 years. The new rules also tighten entry regulations for foreigners. China claims Taiwan as part of its territory, and it's unclear how the new rules might impact Taiwanese people traveling there. Authorities are investigating 17 Chinese-linked firms over alleged illegal poaching of Taiwanese high-tech talent. Investigators raided dozens of locations and questioned more than 100 people across Taiwan. Similar raids took place in March. The Justice Ministry said the companies involved often concealed their identities and set up unauthorized offices posing as local or foreign businesses. Officials warned that China has ramped up efforts to poach tech talent since the emergence of the global AI boom, and that this could chip away at Taiwan's tech advantages. Foxconn, the world's largest electronics manufacturer, reported record monthly revenue of $28 billion in July. The NVIDIA and Apple supplier says revenue growth was driven by strong demand for AI servers. The figure is up 54% year-on-year and 15% compared to June. Looking ahead, the company expects AI hardware shipments to maintain their growth momentum. A major trading card scam has rocked Taipei after a shop owner vanished overnight with millions in customers' cash and high-value items. Reese Ayers reports.
那里面东西都不在了吗？没有了，都没有了。
It was supposed to be a trusted hub for Taipei's card collectors. Now, with empty shelves, the door to Little Sheep card shop is locked shut. Its owner, Zheng Yangyu, vanished overnight, and estimates say he's taken millions of US dollars worth of customers' trading cards and cash with him.
认识周遭的都是10几到50、60万不等，对啊，然后听说也有几百万的。 可能好几亿跑不掉。
Police are investigating and are urging victims to come forward with receipts and chat logs. They confirmed that Zheng fled Taiwan on July 30th, days before deleting customer group chats with thousands of members. Those victims are now creating their own online groups to seek justice and compensation.
Some individual cards can be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of US dollars, and collectors put their faith in stores like Little Sheep to help them pre-order and grade trading cards.
Zheng's store had only been open since January, but in that time he quickly earned the trust of many in the community. The scandal has shocked Taipei's card traders, leaving some workers worried about a wider hit to consumer trust.
就可能有人因为这件事情就退坑了，我也是有可能的。啊，有些人因为这件事情他们不怪其他店家，其他店家长期购买都没有问题，他们可能信任其他店家。
The trading card market is no small industry. It's estimated to be in the billions of US dollars and is increasingly being used to launder money. For collectors navigating a multi-billion-dollar unregulated market, keeping their investments safe means being selective about where to buy.
通常是有网络平台，或是可以信任的网络平台，或是比较熟悉的店家这样。
As prosecutors trace the suspect's money trail overseas, local collectors are left wondering if their cash and most prized cards will ever be returned. Ryan Wu and Reese Ayers for TaiwanPlus.
Coming up after the break, 3 lions in Japan have died from heat stroke as East Asia battles extreme high temperatures.
For more stories from here in Taidong, Taiwan, and around the world, visit TaiwanPlus.com.
How does Taiwan stay on the forefront of innovation in a world of uncertain tariffs, wars, and shifting geopolitics? Get answers and more. From award-winning programs to exclusive Mandarin dramas. Download the TaiwanPlus app to any device today. No ads, no bias, just facts. TaiwanPlus.
There's so many things that I wish the world could see.
It is amazing to watch this captain maneuver this giant ship.
It takes 3 days to cook this. The flavor is unbelievable, incredible.
And it's my turn to make something inspired by Chef Gore. It's going to be quite a challenge.
Can you imagine that?
It's surreal. Yes, so real.
I can't give up. I got some ass kicking to do.
Nice move.
We're pushing each other to explore and experiment in new, different ways.
5, 4, 3, 2.
A warm welcome to TaiwanPlus News.
Exploring the issues that matter to you.
Not just to Taiwan, the whole world is watching.
很多时候是我们眼睛看不到的地方。
We might encounter mishaps and mistakes along the way. But at the end of the day,
it just transmits something straight from the heart. Yes.
Cheers.
Bon appetit.
It is about the fun, and it's about the glamour, and it's also about something much deeper than that.
Sometimes you just gotta seize the opportunity. You just gotta do it.
Have a place where you're appreciated for you exactly as you are, and where you can shine and be seen.
Welcome back. You're watching TaiwanPlus News. The cabinet is eyeing its biggest annual budget ever, sharing a proposal for $111 billion in spending for next year. Premier Zhou Rongcai presented the budget to President Lai Ching-te on Tuesday. The president noted that the budget has 10 important considerations, including zero debt, expanding tech investment, supporting small and medium-sized enterprises, boosting national defense, and raising wage levels. He noted that Taiwan's economic growth rate in 2025 was 8.76% and said this needed to be reflected in government spending. The cabinet is expected to submit the proposal to the legislature in August. The legislature is still debating the budget for this current year. Taiwan's health authorities are advising vulnerable groups to get a COVID-19 booster, with a new strain of the virus sweeping the country.
高风险族群，如果隔3个月，应该赶快去打第2剂，因为在在疫情上来之前，如果打第2剂，可以再促进它的免疫反应。
Taiwan Centers for Disease Control says a newly identified Omicron subvariant accounts for over 85% of cases in the last 4 weeks. The country saw 3 deaths from COVID-19 last week, with the number of new severe cases hitting a record high for the season. Free booster jabs are available through late September while supplies last. The fallout from a tainted cooking oil scandal continues to snowball as new leads emerge, while authorities reject accusations of a cover-up. Irene Lin has the latest.
A food safety scandal continues to gain momentum. Lawmakers and health authorities met Wednesday to discuss the case of tainted cooking oil that exploded in early July and is still bubbling on as new cases come to light and more parties are implicated. On the top of the agenda is the latest company under scrutiny, the state-run Taiwan Sugar Corporation, or Taisugar. Back in May, the company returned a batch of semi-processed oil bought from manufacturer Central Union Oil after detecting an illegal amount of the carcinogenic chemical benzopyrene, or BAP. But Taisugar didn't notify authorities about it until last week.
发现原料有致癌物，为什么不用通报主管机关？令人家觉得很荒谬的是，我们所有的政府部门官官相护，还称赞台糖是模范生、好宝宝。如果有监督，那就请中央地方用同一套标准，不要只挑中央来嫌。那也请把那个台中市政府补上去。 不是只有单一的，本来中央、地方、业者的各个权责义务都应该要讲清楚、说明白。
Health Minister Shi Chongliang says the law only requires food producers to report problems in goods that are ready for store shelves, not raw materials or semi-processed products. Shi says the rules could be changed to address this in the future, but for now, he rejects accusations of a government cover-up.
真正盖牌的 是中联，是检调所调查当中的泰山、福茂、福寿主管机关，中央主管机关从未盖牌，所以对这样的指控跟扭曲无法接受。
More than 3,000 consumers plan to sue the manufacturer at the center of this case. Meanwhile, more cooking oil containing the carcinogen has been recalled in southern Taiwan.
是在3月1号，向我们台中市的一个 精品方食品有限公司，它是购买了这个苦茶籽我们也已经移给我们的这个台中市来追查这个苦茶籽的一个来源。
Authorities are investigating one supplier of camellia seeds and 2 manufacturers. But as new leads emerge, more gaps in Taiwan's food safety regulations are coming to light, setting the stage for a bigger political storm and public outcry ahead. Chris Ma in Naringlan for TaiwanPlus.
A heat wave is lingering over parts of East Asia, with South Korea and Japan seeing another day of dangerous temperatures. In Seoul, the heat is further exposing the rift between rich and poor, while at a zoo in Tokyo, high temperatures and humidity have proven fatal for some of the animals. John Van Trieste reports.
From the Seoul shantytown of Guryong Village, South Korea's wealth gap has long been plain to see. Piles of abandoned junk and makeshift shelters in the foreground, and the multi-million-dollar luxury apartments of swanky Gangnam in the distance. But this summer, there's a new class divide that's making itself felt sharply: access to air conditioning. South Korea's weather service has much of the country under some kind of heat alert as of Wednesday, and this severe heat wave looks far from over. For those without air conditioning at home in this poor community, the weather's gotten unbearable.
Usually the temperature here is around 35, 36, or 37 degrees during the day. Then inside here, it goes over 40 degrees. It always gets above 40. Then it's impossible to sleep.
A heat shelter is in place in the village to help prevent heat stroke. And yet, for some, scavenging for fans among the junk piles here has become a way of survival.
I'm just barely surviving. It goes without saying. I have picked up fans here and there, and now I have 3 or 4 of them going around.
Meanwhile, Japan is also laboring under another oppressively hot day, with heat stroke alerts over much of the country on Wednesday. And it's not just humans who are being affected. In Tokyo's Tama Zoological Park, 10 of the lions have fallen ill. The zoo says lions are adapted to the dry heat of the African savanna, not to the mix of intense heat and humidity found in the Far East.
Around mid-July, several of our lions began to show signs of poor health. Specifically, some of them stopped eating and became extremely lethargic to the point that they could no longer move.
3 of those lions are now dead. A vet at the zoo says heat stroke led to dehydration and multiple organ failure. The safari buses that move through the lion enclosure have stopped until further notice, as some of the other lions continue treatment. The zoo says it's working to protect its animals, with water sprinkling, better ventilation, and putting in spot air conditioners. And unlike in some parts of Japan where temperatures have broken 40 degrees Celsius, the mercury in Tokyo is set to hover around 30 for the coming days. But this summer, and the chance of further extreme heat, isn't over yet. Ethan Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
In central Japan, a record surge in wild bear sightings and deadly attacks is pushing one community in the country's mountainous center to teach its children how to safely coexist with animals. Ai Chi has a story.
At Ina Nishi Elementary School in central Japan's Nagano Prefecture, a special lesson is underway on the area's wild neighbors. Students run their hands over the fur, claws, and skull of an Asian black bear, even pulling on a pair of bear claw gloves to imagine what it's like to be a bear themselves. Wildlife specialist Takia Kiko walks the children through bear behavior and what bears eat, depending on the season. And most importantly, what someone should do if they come face to face with one. Hundreds of kilometers away in northern Japan's Tohoku region, bears have killed at least 5 people since April 1st. Nagano itself is rated very high risk by a national bear tracking platform, and the town of Ina has adapted.
When a bear is sighted twice in 2 weeks, we switch to a special commuting system. We ask parents to drive their children to school, and the school bus will drive them home.
Students are gaining valuable takeaways from the special class arranged every 2 years.
Bears no longer get scared of people once they forage and taste human trash. I didn't know that before.
It's a lesson Principal Aruga has come to trust himself.
Ms. Taki understands the behavior of wild bears in this area well, and she assures us that they're not aggressive. I'm convinced it is safe to live with them as long as humans don't provoke them.
With sightings surging across the country, parents and educators here are working to keep Nagano's children safe from the bears. Lufa Lee, Ted Chen, and IT for TaiwanPlus.
Wen Ershu has become the first Taiwanese swimmer to complete the North Channel crossing, swimming through rough seas and life-threatening situations. She finished it within 12 hours and 47 minutes. Our reporter Sandy Chi speaks to her about her achievement.
So winner, you swam a total of 34.5 kilometers across what is known as one of the toughest open water channel swims in the world. Could you tell me more about it?
这个游泳主要它被誉为所谓的7大海峡里面最困难的一个。那它最主要的难的原因是因为它很冷，那通常这个水温是在12到14度之间，所以你会很容易有失温的问题。加上我们是不能穿着防寒衣的，所以就是你完全是要肉身去抗这个寒冷这样子。对，接下来是它有非常严重的这个水母的问题哦。那它的这个失踪水母可以长到比餐桌还要大，就是非常非常大型的一种水母。那它的这个神经毒素会累积在你的体内，所以有时候被蛰到当下虽然还好，但是几个小时之后，这个过敏的反应就会上来，那你可能就会陷入严重的抽筋啊等等的，甚至是内脏衰竭的其他的问题。
Throughout the process, I understand that you encountered a life-threatening situation. What exactly happened?
到第8小时之后，这个整个游泳其实已经完成了将近80%哦。然后这个风浪突然在5分钟之内就变了，那这个阳光就消失了，开始就下大雨，然后起大风，所以海面其实是非常有波浪的一个状态。那我那时候就开始有喝到一些水，这样子就是多多少少你一定会就是因为海况的关系而呛水。对，那我那时候是开始有这个呛水的问题，所以我就有在咳嗽，但我后来是咳得非常非常严重哦。那我自己一直都还以为说这个可能就只是我当时候呛水，所以造成我咳嗽。结果其实不是，它是长时间在这个长距离的冷水游泳之中的一个风险，我们叫它 SIP。那这个 SIP 这个问题呢，它就是你在游泳的时候，皮肤表层的这些血管啊，这个人受就是收缩。那它会导致你的肺脏那体液容易积在你的肺脏里面这样子，所以到后面它就变成一个肺积水的问题，所以那个感受非常非常的可怕，就很像溺水的感觉一样。
That sounds really serious. So what pushed you through it?
因为只剩下最后2公里啦。那我也不想要放弃这个游泳，我觉得天哪，我真的准备了2年的时间，真的就只是苏格兰的陆地就近在眼前了这样，所以我真的是把它撑完。那其实我是游完泳之后，我一直大概都还 不太能很好的呼吸，就是持续一直都还很喘，大概将近30到40分钟哦。然后那个咳出来的痰里面就是有血这样子，然后就觉得天啊天啊，吓死了，这个赶快要去看医院去看医生了。这样其实是事后我才知道，当下的情况是可以危及生命安全的。如果当下我是知道我就是已经患了这个急症，然后可能会危及生命安全的话，其实我是比较理智的人，我会选择就是放弃这个游泳，因为生命只有一条，但是大海永远都在。那我们现在保持自己的这个身体的健康，我们才有办法再回来再一次的挑战。
Now with this crossing completed, could you tell me what is your next plan?
接下来呢，我除了想要继续有我自己的游泳之外，就我12月会去纽西兰库克海峡。除了这个12月我会再回去之外呢，我明年也计划带一团台湾人，组织一团台湾人的英吉利海峡接力。对，那我是希望用接力的方式来带台湾的热爱游泳的这些朋友，他们也可以出来到国际上跟大家交流，跟大家认识，来看看说，哎，这个国际游泳圈他们的整体的一个状态，他们是怎么在运作这件事情。我觉得这都是非常好的学习跟经验。
That was Wen Xu, a Taiwanese long-distance swimmer who just completed the North Channel solo swim. Thank you for watching Taiwan Plus News. You can visit the Taiwan Plus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with more images from this year's Han Kuang Exercise. I'm Tiffany Wong. Take care and see you next time.